What's going on, everyone? So Kyrie won't be returning from suspension for the Lakers game, per Jacques Vaughn, the Brooklyn Nets head coach. Now, look, this is falling right in line with what I was saying, right? I've been saying for some time, the Brooklyn Nets aren't going to make a decision on Kyrie Irving until after the Lakers game. Because if they're going to really buy Kyrie Irving out, there's no way that they're going to buy him out before the Lakers game because they know he's going to the Lakers. And you do not want to face Kyrie Irving and the Lakers, at home, like in LA, like, no, you don't want that to happen. So I completely understand why, especially this early, like, literally you buy them out and the next day you're playing against them. Like, that's usually not what you want to happen. But look, if he doesn't get brought back by like Tuesday against the Kings, it makes no, like, why? Why would they bring him back? Again, because he's already talking to Adam Silver. And Adam Silver said, Kyrie's great. They had a productive conversation. He talked to Joe Tsai. Joe Tsai said, hey, all is great. He's not a racist. Like, of course, I could have told you that. So could have most people, right? Like, and then, LeBron's even came to his defense. Like, everybody's talked about how, Kyrie's this, and, he's great. And it was just a misunderstanding, right? All this stuff, the Players Association has came out and said, we're going to stand by Kyrie. We're going to, make sure that the Brooklyn Nets follow all the regulations and everything with this, that, and the other, right? Well, how come Kyrie isn't playing? The first game, he served his 5-game suspension, right? Or it will be tonight. Why wouldn't he play against the Lakers? What's your reasoning? What, to have him, like, stew over another game? Like, he already had he already apologized. He already met with Adam Silver. He already did. Because I believe they are going to buy him out sometime next week. I really do. What have I said from day one? I said, what's going to happen is Kyrie's going to sit out. Then after 5 games, he's going to serve his 5-game suspension. In between that time, he's going to talk to Adam Silver. Adam Silver is going to say it was a productive conversation. After that productive conversation, he's not going to return for the Nets. He's going to end up getting bought out. And then he's going to have his press conference, and then he's going to return to the Lakers. And then not return to the Lakers, but go to Lakers. And so far, everything, even to the verbiage, even to the direct verbiage that I said that they would use, I've gotten it right so far. And look, I'm not an insider. I'm nobody. Look, I'm just some guy on the internet. So, don't take it and be like, oh, as it stands, said so. So, he's got to have some information. Like, I don't have any information. I'm just going off of what I've seen, the history of Kyrie Irving, the history of the Brooklyn Nets, the history of just everything, looking at all the writing, all the signs, everything. LeBron James putting out a tweet randomly, just complete, LeBron James is very calculated when it comes to his tweets. Kyrie, that whole situation, he is not going to just jump into that fire for no reason. Because he knows that that people are gonna ask him about it, people are gonna bring it up, he's gonna have to answer for it, all that stuff. And for him to come out and say, and stick up for Kyrie Irving and say Kyrie needs to play, I don't know. I think that there's a reason for that. I think there's a reason. Because it was just out of left field. He didn't have to say or do anything. He didn't have to say nothing. He was better off just keeping it quiet and to himself. He said what he had to say at the press conference. Leave it alone, right? Outside of LeBron James, you had Jaylen Brown who said that, but he's the vice president of the Players Association. So he was like, dude, this 6, criteria thing, that's a no-go. That makes a lot of players really concerned. But he's also the vice president of the Players Association, just like Kyrie is. So, of course, he's going to be like, hey, this is unprecedented. This violates the Players Association, right? So that makes sense. But LeBron didn't need to say anything. LeBron didn't need to do anything. He said what he had to say. He talked about it. He had his clarification. And then he just randomly, a week later, decides to just, out of the blue, get on Twitter and start sticking up for Kyrie Irving? And it wasn't like he did it after the suspension. Let's say after the 5-game suspension, Kyrie was still suspended, and LeBron was like, come on, man. Kyrie apologized. Kyrie served his 5-game suspension. Let the guy play. Come on, he served it. No, he did that after, game 3, right? So it's what? LeBron James is, again, very calculated when it comes to, getting involved in situations like this. And I think it's because Kyrie Irving is going to be a Laker. I really do. I think that it's going to be at least, like I said, probably about another week or so, which is good because the Lakers don't play Like they play the Nets on tomorrow, Sunday, and then they don't have another game till like Friday. So they have like 4 days off. Like I think if anything's gonna happen, it's gonna happen come like Wednesday or Thursday next week, sometime around there, right? They'll probably have the Lakers, the Nets game. Kyrie, if he doesn't play on Tuesday against the Kings, I think that's it. I think Wednesday or Thursday, I think we at least hear Kyrie Irving and the Nets are in contact about a buyout. Not just that, but Brooklyn just keeps winning. Brooklyn just keeps winning without him. They're playing a great. They're top 4 in defense since Vaughn took over as head coach. They have a much better offensive rating. Like they're really good these last few games. And they're like what? They're 4-5 or something like that since Vaughn's took over. Like that's great. And then they're gonna play the Lakers. They're probably gonna beat the Lakers. And then they play the Kings. They probably beat the Kings. So now you've completely turned your season around. Do you really want to bring Kyrie Irving back? Do you really want to do that? You really want to, finally get back to 500 when it's been an absolute mess and then bring Kyrie back into the equation? Like, and we've seen, and all the reports are that, Kyrie refused to listen to the coach, Steve Nash, and, Steve Nash would call plays, but Kyrie would do what he wanted to do. Like, if all of that stuff is true, then why would you want that for your coach, Jacques Vaughn? Why would you want that for Vaughn? Coming in, first-year head coach, trying to do something good, trying to turn this season around. He's doing a great job, and you're going to bring in a player that, according to you, is unfit for the organization. According to you, wasn't listening or buying into what the coach was saying. All that stuff. Like, if Kyrie is such a problem for the Brooklyn Nets, then why would you want to keep him around? Why wouldn't you just buy him out and move on? Be done. Kyrie is not staying beyond next. You're losing Kyrie sooner or later. If it's not this year, you're losing him next year. And you're not getting a trade for him. You're not going to get anything for him. No team's going to go and give you something for him. So you're not going to get anything regardless. You're going to be in the same boat regardless. Why wouldn't you want to save like $10 million? Why wouldn't you want to save something? It makes no sense for the Brooklyn Nets. And he's not coming back against the Lakers, which would be the first game that he would be allowed to come back, right? Isn't that the game that you would want to show? Like, if Kyrie was really coming back, and all the talk and all the conversation is Kyrie's going to the Lakers, right? Wouldn't you want Kyrie to play against the Lakers to show, like, that's BS? Like, wouldn't that be the best time? Like, if you were going to bring Kyrie back, wouldn't that be the best time to bring him back? Like, oh, here you go. You got Kyrie Irving, Here you go. You guys thought you were getting him? Oh, no, watch. He's going to go for 30 against you tonight, right? Like, wouldn't playing against the Lakers kind of kill that trade talk? Or buyout talk? I think it would. I think it'd completely change the narrative. If Kyrie plays tomorrow against the Lakers, then that's probably a good sign that you're not playing him again. But that's not going to happen. According to the coach, he's not coming back. And there's no timetable for his return. Like, that's what he said. They have no idea when he's coming back. So if he's really out indefinitely and you're going to suspend him 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 games, what is the point? What is the point? Go just buy him out, let him move on, let him go to the Lakers and be done. And the Lakers are going to take him. Of course they're going to take him. It's Kyrie Irving. We are in an absolute dumpster fire right now. We need something, and Kyrie can really help with that something, right? Kyrie can really help kind of right the ship and turn things around a little bit. I think it's happening. I think it's coming. I really do. And like I said, I don't know for certain. I don't know for sure. Don't, take it as you may. Take it with a grain of salt. Because again, I'm just some dude on YouTube. I'm not an insider. I don't have, me and Kyrie aren't going for tea this weekend or nothing. Like, nothing like that. I just am going off of the information that is being put out and looking at all of the details, putting it all together and going, this doesn't look like Kyrie Irving's coming back. And why would Kyrie Irving want to come back? I don't know. And I will welcome Kyrie Irving open arms to the Lakers. If he wants to come to the Lakers, let's do it. Let's make it happen. Because I've given my opinion on this whole Kyrie situation on several occasions. If you want to know how I feel, go look through some of the videos. But, this witch hunt, LA fans will embrace him. LA fans are like, because all we care about, most Laker fans are just like me. All we want is to win. That's all we care about. I don't care what Kyrie does on his off days. I don't care if Kyrie believes he's the master of the universe. Kyrie can believe whatever he wants. I do not care. Are you going to go get me 30 tonight? That's what I care about. The only time you'll hear me complain about Kyrie Irving, is if it's basketball related. If Kyrie has if he comes to the Lakers and he has a game where he has like 3 points and we lose, you're probably going to hear me talk a lot of smack about Kyrie. I'm be like, that was a terrible game. What are you doing? All that stuff. But outside of that, I don't care what he does. So many people are so focused on what players do outside of the game of basketball. They are basketball players. Kyrie's not a politician. I don't care what he does outside or what he believes in or what his thought process is or what, I don't care if he believes the world is a triangle. I don't care. Can you get on the basketball court and save the Lakers season? I don't think he can save it entirely, but I think he's a huge step in the right direction, especially if he's bought out. And then that gives you an opportunity to trade Russell Westbrook, to trade, several other guys. Yeah, absolutely. I think I will take my chances with Kyrie Irving. Bring Kyrie Irving in. Let's make this happen. Let's go get some W's. But as always, this is a discussion, so I want to hear from you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section below. What do you think? Do you think Kyrie's coming? Do you think he's not? If you don't think he's coming to the Lakers, then why aren't they playing him? I understand that they want him to do the 6 criteria list, but he's never going to do it. And they're going to have to pay him eventually. They're only going to be able to suspend him so many games. The NBA has already came out and basically said the 6 rule thing is not going to work. The Players Association has already came out and said that's not going to work. So the Brooklyn Nets could end up getting fined for that. And then they're still going to end up having to pay Kyrie Irving when all is said and done. So they might end up having to pay more than Kyrie's salary at some point, right? We just saw Ben Simmons win his case against the 76ers, right? And his was a lot worse than what Kyrie's doing. Ben Simmons was purposely trying to sabotage that team, showing up to practices on his cell phone, being in huddles. He was purposely doing everything he could to force his way out, and he was able to win. So Kyrie's going to be able to win. So I don't see it. I don't see them bringing him back. And if they do bring him back, then they deserve everything that happens to them. Whatever happens. If Kyrie, because all of Kyrie's problems, quote unquote, all of his things have been off-court issues. All of them. It's all stuff that happens off-court. So even if Kyrie is sitting at home and he tweets something that, gets him caught up in another firestorm, then the Brooklyn Nets are still going to have to deal with that because he's still under their organization. Whether the stuff is warranted or not. Whether you believe Kyrie was right or wrong. It doesn't matter. Something else is Kyrie's going to post something else, and the media and everybody is going to blow it up again because that's what the media does, and Kyrie clearly has a target on his back. So they're going to blow up any situation that they can with Kyrie Irving. So if you're the Brooklyn Nets, wouldn't you want to get rid of that ASAP? Let him go be the Lakers' problem, which I'm sure the Lakers would more than happy take that problem, especially right now. But anyway, again, love your thoughts, opinions, good, bad, ugly, somewhere in between. Let me know down in the comment section below.